Just don't let me see you shoot no dogs.
Roundtable Radio.
MR.Haz, man, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up? You right, yeah?
Oh yeah, man. Welcome back. I'm glad to have you back, man. Glad to have you back, man. I say MR.Haz is one of the first artists that we've had on Roundtable Radio. You know what I'm saying? Whenever we first started the interviews, whenever we first started doing this whole thing, man, you were aboard from day one. So, you know, anytime you got any type of project coming out, man, we love to push it, man.
Yeah, thank you, King. Always, man. You know you got my support fully.
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Now, you know, we had a lot of when it comes to your projects, man. I know we had a lot of projects that you've had coming out since we've started, man. Now, when it comes to Royal Downfall, you know, how did this single come about right here?
Well, as I promoted at the end of the last podcast that we did, this is a Dangerous Love Part 2. This is the downfall.
Okay. Okay.
So Dangerous Love is like the rise, and then Royal Downfall is like this. Now, thankfully, we're like this again.
Yeah.
You see? Thankfully, we're heading up. She's actually just moved into my house, so thankfully, things are heading up. However, to follow the timeline, it's the Royal Downfall. It's got some very deep stuff in it. You know, it's got. I'm not gonna give anything away, but it's got deep stuff, man. It's really deep.
What can we expect when hearing from this album, and what can you put together, or what can you put side by side from hearing part 1 and now hearing part 2? Like, what are the comparisons?
Well, part 1 is mostly positive. It's about being in love. However, there are complications regarding love, but it does end as in the end of the music. It does end in the end of the music video where we're holding hands. You know, it's a positive. Royal Downfall is about how that dangerous love, you know, takes a turn for the worst. And it's about how the relationship breakdown, and it's very deep and very personal. It's got everything from exes to arguments, from pregnancy to miscarriage. It's a very deep and personal track.
Okay. So like when it comes to these type of topics and these type of songs right here, you know, Royal Downfall and these type of romantic songs that you know come out with sometimes, how are you able to, you know, put your mind to write these type of stories? Because, you know, you also have a lot of other things going on in life that are more happier, that are having, you know what I'm saying, that are more up tempo. But when it comes to these, you know, you have the like the music video you put out for the part 1 and now Royal Downfall. Like, how are you able to put your mind to, okay, I got to stay focused and write this story, man, because it's also a deep story. So, you know, sometimes you have people may fall off and come back, but, you know, how are you able to stay focused and keep that same mentality and tell the story?
Well, I write in the moment. I write in the moment where I am in that position. So it's very authentic. It's coming from my point of view, my heart. It's coming from my mental state at that point in time. After that, it's very easy. It's very easy to bring myself back to that point. All I have to do is remember it.
Right.
So, for example, filming the music video, recording the track. When I was recording the track, when I was filming the music video, I've never been in a happier and more successful relationship in my life. All I have to do, though, is remember. And when I remember and I feel those feelings again, I'm in the zone. I'm ready.
Yeah, that's pretty much what most independent artists, I feel like, well, some independent artists, I would say, because I've had a lot of artists that I've interviewed on the podcast, and you could tell who really has their heart in it and who's just in it for the moment. You know what I'm saying? And when you have your heart in it, you could tell, because stories like these come about, which will not only last for the moment, but when you come back, when somebody else listens to this song down the road, they're able to also feel this and also relate to them in such a way. So, you know, it's always a good, you know, thing when I listen to your music, and I can also get a positive message and be able to relate to that type of story as well. So, you know, you know, the singles coming out. So, you know, I'm saying you also have an EP coming out soon. You know, is it going to be surrounding this single in chapter 1, or is it going to be, you know what I'm saying, is all going to differ? And, you know what I'm saying, what can we expect out of the new EP coming out?
Well, the new EP, it's going to tackle different subjects. So Royal Downfall. So all the 4 releases of this year, have all revolved around love, breakdown. The Imperfectly Perfect was about how relationships are not perfect. Dangerous Love. Bottled Up wasn't about a relationship, but I did get in about being drunk and how, like, calling, you know, making sure you respond to your lady's text so she's not got a problem with you. You know, so I have put that stuff in all my releases. So my EP following, it's deep. There are tracks that are deep, but it's different. Yeah. So I've got a track called Twisted Track. Twisted Track is about how deep and how the mind can sometimes be incredibly dark. And then you've got A Meeting with Amy, which is a track about me meeting my cousin who actually died in a car crash 8 years ago.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
No, it's fine. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. But A Meeting with Amy is about how I open my eyes and I walk up to this garden table and she sat there and we have a conversation. The entire track, it's like a catch up after 8 years of not seeing her. And then at the end, she says, "It's time for you to go." So I open my eyes and I'm back in my bed, and it's a very deep personal track. But it's also, sorry, carry on.
No, I was gonna ask, when you're creating a song like this, and knowing a song like this can get very emotional because of the topics. How are you able to push through and able to finish writing that type of story? And you know, what goes through your mind while writing? You know what I'm saying? Knowing that this is such an emotional point.
I'll tell you what it is. It's because I'm not just making it for me. I'm making it in her name. I'm making it to continue her memory. I'm making it so I can show her mum and her sister, and it's for positive reasons.
Right.
So I pushed through it. I did have tears writing it. But like I said in the last interview, I don't write about anything that's not real to me. So.
Yeah, I feel the same way, man. I feel that's very important because, you know, you have a lot of people who may listen to your music and, you know, not just your music, but other indie artists as well. You know, they have a certain amount of fan base followers who listen to the music. And I always try to, you know, get out. It's important that you're putting that positive, that message and keeping it real.
It's just like, okay, whatever for the fans to just have fun with. But at the same time, I am giving, you know, more content to these albums. Like I did the Placebo album, I did a song called Barren. Well, okay, that was 2018. I was already talking about Jordan Edwards, you know, Roy Oliver that shot the kid. That was 2 streets over, you know, from my house. Like, you know, my nephew, he was at that party that night, you know, killed the black kid. That shit is, and then now this happens with it, you know. So I mean, it's a nonstop, and I've been talking about that on previous records.
Yeah, and I feel like it's important that you continue to spread that word, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, you know, you never want to give off, you know what I'm saying, negative attention when it comes to your music and they have people actually tuning in and listening to it. You want to be real as possible because, you know, you never want to lead anybody in the wrong direction, man. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to situations like this, or maybe it's a different situation, somebody's going to actually be listening to it and it's going to attract them and they're going to be feeling it. You don't want them to be feeling the wrong thing, you know? So,
no,
you know,
of course, yeah.
Yeah, man. So, you know, props to you, man. Because I remember when I made a song, I was working on an album last year, and I was working on the song, man. And, you know, I got done with the writing and I was recording it. But midway through recording the song, I just started crying because some things you can feel that's just like, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know how I'm really writing this song right here. You know, I felt this so much, but, you know, as artists, you know, music is therapy to us, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you can give that vibe out and you can give that realness out to somebody who can feel your music, that's when you know you're doing something. You know, so
Absolutely, and I respect that. I respect you saying that as well. Yeah, it's true.
yeah, man. Yeah. So, I'm very excited to hear what you got coming out soon. Now, when it comes to the videos, man, when it comes like to this type of song that you have coming in these type of topics, when it comes to a video, what direction do you go first in creating these type of videos and visuals? Like, because these are some heavy topics, and when you're creating the visual, you don't want to be giving off the wrong message and through the visual. Although the song is maybe cool, it's also the visuals that also take a big toll too. So what's a good direction you can go in when creating a visual to these type of songs?
Well, I'll answer that question for Royal Downfall and A Meeting with Amy, and I'll start with saying the video for A Meeting with Amy, because I don't believe I'm going to make a music video to that. I think I'll do a lyric video.
Okay.
It doesn't feel right to put an actor or an actress in Amy's shoes. It wouldn't be the same. It wouldn't complement the track. So I'll do a lyric video for A Meeting with Amy. For Royal Downfall, we mentioned that my fiance was actually in the first video.
Right.
She actually has a second part in the Royal Downfall video.
Okay.
Yeah. But she did very well. She did very well. And there are clips where. So to answer your question, there are 4 to 5 different scenes. One of them is me struggling with a bottle of alcohol because time frame I did drink, and then you've also got the scene of me in front of the castle. Now that's me now telling the story, and then you've got the scene that she's in, and she doesn't have to do much, but she does it very well. She stands in the room and I rap around her. I rap around her because I'm talking to her. I'm asking her these questions, I'm asking her these questions. She also does very well little things like rolling her eyes, head movements, just little complimentary things to the video that you'll see that add to it and add to the impact.
Okay. Wow, man. It always amazes me how artists can come together and work with their spouses in such a creative way. You know what I'm saying? Because you hear rappers these days where it's just like, they don't want to be seen with the spouse. They want to be seen as single, or you know what I'm saying, they want to be seen as other than that. But when you have indie artists and artists actually willing to work with their spouses and music videos and be able to do creative things like this, it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. Definitely, I agree. Yeah, and actually, I personally, I don't see any problem with that. I'm very happy with that. She's my support system. She pushes me. She keeps me going. That doesn't discount to the fans. The fans do an incredible job of that as well. But because we're talking specifically about my partner at the moment, yeah, her support is very, very appreciated. And it does help. So, of course, no, I'm happy. I'm more than happy to show people that I have that support.
Yeah, man. Like I said, man, it's always a good thing. It's a beautiful thing, man. Now, I wanna ask you this same question because last week, you know what I'm saying, I shot at the young Dago. You know what I'm saying. Because he also has kids as well, and he's also a busy artist. So I want to ask you, man, when it comes to being a family man and also being a heavy artist right now, you know what I'm saying, how are you able to balance the two out and able to keep your music career at an all-time high right now and also keep your family level at an all-time high right now? Because, I follow you on social media and you're able to balance out both of them well, man. You're able to balance them out well, man. And, you have indie artists out here who start doing music and they may get a fan base or a following, and, you know what I'm saying, baby mama or, you know what I'm saying, mother over here may not really be too happy about, you know what I'm saying, things that's going on. And, some things like either maybe the family that lacks or maybe the music that may lack for a minute because they had to tend to the family or this and that. So, to give some advice to this other indie artists out there, how are you able to manage the two and keep them up at a steady pace?
Well, I mean, there's it does help that I have a partner, a fiance, the mother of the children. It does help that she supports me. If she didn't support me, she can make life very difficult, especially having the 4 children running around going crazy, you know. So that's one part that is almost out of my hands, and that I am once again grateful for. Another side of it is just wanting it enough, committing to it enough. You know, I will be a great dad, I will be a great fiance, and I will be a great musician. It's just a mentality. You just have to. It's not just a maybe or an if. It's a case of I will be. So it's a mental state.
Right. Okay. That makes sense, man. That makes sense. You know, because those are the things. You know, especially to an artist who's on their way to the top. You know what I'm saying? You have indie artists, you have artists that's just making that, is just, you know, starting, and then you have the artist who you know is about to be signed the next day. And you know, sometimes that may take up half of your schedule. You know what I'm saying? Going to shows, doing, you know, managing business, doing, you know, all types of business. And you know, that's for anybody who doesn't know this, the rap game is a 24/7 gig, man. If you're not really on your shit, then you really might as well go ahead and hang up the gloves, man. But you know what I'm saying? It always amazes me and puts a smile on my face when I see artists who are able to balance out the two, man. Because you know, being a father is not easy. You know what I'm saying? I'm a father myself. I
Yeah.
have 2 kids. You know what I'm saying? And also having to maintain that business because we also want to see things happen in the future, and you know, possibly bring our kids on, man. So you know, I give props out there to the ones who actually in their kids' lives, man, and actually able to keep that music career going, man, because it's hard. It's hard.
Yes, it is hard, and I respect that you're doing your thing as well, having children. So you know already that it can be challenging, but you know,
Man,
like I said, if you want to get it done, it'll get it done.
sir.
And this is what I was trying to say about my partner. If her mentality was, listen, we need to make sure that this is happening instead of your music, then I would need to, you know, it would make things harder. Once again, I will succeed. However, having that support makes things run smoothly. It helps, you know. It really does make a difference, and she is greatly supportive with that stuff. Sometimes, you know, the kids will be running around. 2 of them will be napping. 1 of them will be running around in the living room playing with makeup. The other one will be, you know, opening and slamming doors. But the main thing is just taking that opportunity to use that time, and to not say, you know what, I need a rest now. No, you can rest when you go to sleep. You don't need a rest. You need to get on with it. So, you know, it's about making the best out of the time that you have, and make it. And also, you know, I can promote on my Instagram, and I can do all this extra stuff at the same time as chilling and watching bloody Peppa Pig. You know, it's not impossible. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, man. I dig, man. I dig that. Now, when can we expect the new EP, man? When is there a date that's set for it, or is it still in writing process? When can we expect, you know what I'm saying, the new project?
Well, there's not a date. However, I'm aiming for November, December. I still am to create the artwork. I still am to create a title. The thing with this EP is, although I've got 2 tracks on there which are deep, I'm also trying to put tracks on there which are not all deep, you know. So I've got one coming called Black Cloud, which is basically, you know, saying, look, I won't back down. Like you're the dark over my head like a black cloud, and it's like about pushing yourself through the people that are talking that trash, you know. There's another one called Sorry for What, which is just about me saying I don't need to apologize, I'm doing me, you know. And there's another track, which is another track called "No Matter What," and it is about my lady, but it's saying, you know, is everything the case no matter what? Is your loyalty the case no matter what? Is your, you know, and it's some of it's silly, you know, some of it's silly, some of it's serious. You know, one of the things is, do you judge me for having a baseball bat by the bed when we go to sleep at night? You know, there's just it's a bit like 21 Questions, but it's got my element on it. It's got my flip side to it.
Okay, man, I was a big fan of that song, man. So, you know, anytime I hear, you know what I'm saying, like a remix or, you know, anytime, you know, or, you know, because that song was storytelling, man. So, you know, especially when you say you're going to drop something like that, man, okay. I'm like, okay, man, that's something I really want to hear, man, because I love stories. And, you know, I love, you know, hearing people actually tell those stories, man, and in story form and songs. So, man, I definitely can't wait, man. Definitely can't wait, man. So, but when the project drops, man, I would definitely want to get you back up here so we can actually have part 3 of this interview. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
When the video drops, I want to be able to premiere it on the Roundtable Radio page, man. No matter if it's Music Video Friday or just a regular day, and we can actually set a date to have it premiered. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'd love to be a part of the project dropping. You know what I'm saying? And promoting it and stuff like that. So, you know, just keep us updated with the dates coming out soon, man. And, you know what I'm saying, we'll keep promoting it, man. And like I said in the beginning, I want to thank you again for, you know, supporting Roundtable Radio like you do, man. And, you know what I'm saying, every Freestyle Wednesday, you send a freestyle. Every Music Video Friday, when you had a video, you'd send videos, man. And you know what I'm saying? Like I said, if it wasn't for independent artists, there would be no Roundtable Radio. So, you know, I thank you for, you know what I'm saying, the support and the love you've been showing us from day one.
Of course, you have my full support. That's not going anywhere. I appreciate you supporting me. I support you. You know, that's how the world should work. It doesn't work like that, but that's how the world should work.
Yes, sir, man. Most definitely, man. But like I said, man, just keep us in contact and keep us updated, man. You know what I'm saying? And we'll be doing our part over here always, man, always. Before we go, are there any shout outs? You know, I'm starting to do this now. You know, I've learned I have to up my ranks. You know what I'm saying, with these interviews. So are there any shout outs that you want to give out to any producers, any artists, anybody, man? Are there any shout outs you want to give out real quick?
Yeah, I've got shout out. I've got 2 shout outs. One is I've got 2 shout outs for 2 teams. I've got a shout out for my lady, who is incredibly supportive, and that is very important to me. And I've got another shout out for my hip hop team, Tied to the Death. Hey, look, let's get it, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Well, until next time, like I said, just keep us updated. And you know, like I said, you got our full support 100%, man. But until next time, we're gonna hold it down. Peace and love. Stay healthy, stay safe. God bless, man.
Definitely. Respect.
Yes, sir.
Just don't let me see you shoot no dogs.
Roundtable Radio.